Do you have zoning?
I do not have zoning in the new house yet.
Is it a 2-story?
It is a 2-story. And I'm a big fan of zoning. But ever since, so zoning's amazing. I've had one story that made me cautious that maybe you should get your ductwork sealed. See how that does. Then consider if you need zoning. So I had a house, a 2-story house, big house, air conditioner sized correctly. We, homeowner, did some research, wanted zoning, master bedroom in particular on the 2nd floor. Doesn't keep up, not enough air coming out of the vents. So went out, measured it, got the zoning set up, installed it, better, but still weak airflow. So it was discouraging to see, like, okay, the main zones are completely shut. We're forcing all the cooling to the 2nd floor, yet the airflow is still weak. So that was not what we were hoping to achieve. So next steps were the ductwork's got to be leaking. So we hooked up the machine, found his ductwork was leaking 52% of its air.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, my goodness. So we go through, we seal it all, got it down to like 1.7% or something like that. As soon as you walked into the master, then, I mean, you could feel the air hitting you when you walked into the room. So that one I keep in the back of my head because it's like, okay, if it's hot upstairs, yes, adding a thermostat and zoning, it's amazing. However, if your ductwork's leaking half of its air, zoning is not going to solve the problem.
Which is really the case for any IAQ product.
Sure.
Actually, on its effectiveness.
Yep. So making sure your system is sized right, the ductwork is not leaking some obscene number, because like you said, the rest of those things are not going to achieve what you're after if you're losing half your air. So now I'm more like, well, let's make sure the ductwork, even if it's just to do a pretest on it, to be like, okay, we're not leaking some crazy amount. I know where my numbers are. I'm comfortable with those numbers. Let's move on with the zoning, because adding a thermostat and splitting your house into 2 or 3, it's amazing. It's an overnight, like, oh my goodness, what a difference. But you got to make sure the ductwork's right.
Sure. Okay. Good tip. Thanks.